thegearnetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Listen here, Pumpkinhead. This is the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and you are listening to my favorite podcast. Oh, baby, it helps me win so much money. You are listening to Chaz and Jay on the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. It's the American Dream, and they are living it.
Here we go. Hey, everything on three. Number three. Wait on one. Oh, wait on three. 1, 2, 3. I got a little mixed up with that. Eyes on three. Everything on 3 and 1. Everything.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast.
Go smoke. I was talking about stop.
We'll do it live. Welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. It's your boy.
All I do is win, no matter what.
And with me, to my virtual right, we've got the no nickname, no nonsense,
I like my new intro. It's kind of great.
Adam Van Houten.
What's up, boys? What's up, everybody? How we doing?
I'm choking on pork rinds right now, and I'm still going because to his virtual right, we've got the fantasy football surgeon himself,
Like a surgeon.
Mr. Zags. What's up, dog?
What's up, boys? I just woke up, so if I'm not looking my best, just ignore it.
You look as horrible as always.
You look crispy with that new camera, you know.
And then, of course, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jay Coleman. Jay Coleman, what's up, dog?
What's going on?
And then
I do have to say,
hang on, one more.
Pickles on my pickles.
yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
pickles. Sorry,
pickles,
pickles.
pickles, too.
I do have to say, Jay, you definitely have the best intro music.
Come on.
All I do is win.
It's a great
Stop.
song,
No,
too.
that's old and done.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yep.
That's old, but the fucking
Rip.
Imperial Walk. What's it called? The Imperial Walk music.
Imperial
from what,
March, dude.
Imperial March from 1977. Is it old?
Yo, you just disrespected the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast right in front of his face, dude.
How dare you?
Star Wars stands
He's
the
sitting
test
right
of
here.
time.
100%, dude. There's
All right.
only one return, and it's of the Jedi, not of the King.
So we decided to delay this as much as possible because we all have a lot to get off our chest. Well, maybe not Dave because he's a casual football fan.
Yeah, he's a fake Bills fan.
Oh, he's a casual Bills fan, not a casual football
Worked out
fan.
pretty good for me this year, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It works out like every other fucking year.
Yeah.
All right, let's just get right to the meat.
Same old story.
Wait, one more drop.
Who wants to start?
One more drop.
Fitting.
I mean, I'm not
Fitting.
even mad. I'm not mad because I saw this coming. So I'm not mad. Like,
Well, I mean, 5 years in a row. I mean, it's predictable at this point.
Yeah,
And I know
I was just going to say, you can't be mad at it because you just see it coming. Like, I'm beyond the point of being mad about it. I am. I'm just beyond. Does it suck? Yeah, of course. But I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. You just can't be mad at it. It's just ridiculous.
I feel like an old guy because, like, I feel like saying, like, this is not my NFL anymore. But it doesn't feel like my NFL. Like, I literally don't know if I'm going to watch the games this weekend because I don't fucking care. All they're going to talk about is one of 4 things. Taylor Swift, Eminem, I was the last pick in the draft, and nobody wanted to sign me, and now I'm a 2-time MVP quarterback. Like, it's just narrative driven. And, like, honestly, to give Lamar Jackson a break, he's the lowest. Like, they don't give a fuck about Lamar Jackson. It's about last pick of the draft and Taylor Swift and a little bit about Eminem. So, like, I've been saying all season, even though I didn't pick it, I've been saying all season, there's no way Taylor Swift's not in the Super Bowl. There's no way Taylor Swift is not in the Super Bowl. So then it's going to turn into, is it Taylor Swift versus Eminem, like people are joking about, or is it going to be Taylor Swift and the Golden Boy against, I was the last pick of the draft? And that's what I mean, it just seems like it's setting up for Brady versus Manning 2.0. You know, Tom Brady, 6th-round pick. Peyton Manning was a first overall pick. It's doing it again. Patrick Mahomes, 2-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champ. Brock Purdy's the last pick of the draft. Like, that seems like what they're going to want to push it. But it just feels like, I don't want to say it's scripted, but for fuck's sake, how is this not scripted if that's the case?
That's honestly the question I was going to ask you, because like you see this shit everywhere now. The NFL, I got the NFL script, blah blah blah. Like, is the NFL scripted? Like, is it even real? Is it real? Is it real?
Everything's scripted nowadays, so honestly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if it was scripted.
Like if you looked at all the other teams, there was no narratives. Like, what was the Bills' narrative? Losing a lot. I mean, you got kind of a narrative with Baltimore with Lamar Jackson and, him not getting his deal till late and blah, blah, blah. So there's kind of a narrative there. But they don't give a fuck about that. It's about Taylor Swift. It's about fucking Brock Purdy. And that's all it's going to be. And I would be shocked if it's Baltimore in the Super Bowl. I would be shocked, 100%, if Baltimore's in the Super Bowl now.
I don't know if you guys have seen either the Packers 49ers game. They posted the final score before the game was even over on the ticker on the bottom of the TV with the actual score that it ended up being well before the game was over.
It's just ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
How that game came about, like, if you think about it, all the naysayers like me have always said is, we need to see Brock Purdy come back and win a game. So all of a sudden he comes back and wins the game. And Jordan Love is playing lights out, outstanding, and then throws across his body right into the arms of somebody. Not saying that he couldn't do that, but like it really raises eyebrows to me. It really does. It really does. Like, yes, Brock Purdy came back, but like, is this scripted? Like, are you serious? Like, Brock Purdy's going to come back just so people can stop talking about it? Like, come on, man. I never thought you could script NFL games, but like, this whole Taylor Swift situation is making me think, because the Chiefs aren't a good team. No. Neither are the Bills.
They were not a good team, especially in the second half of the season.
That's what I'm saying. But they're in the AFC Championship game. Again. So not only do you have the guy that they put everything into, Patrick Mahomes, now you got Taylor Swift too. Like, there's no way that the Chiefs can make the Super Bowl. There's no way.
Well, yeah, I mean, they gained a couple million fans with, all the Swifties.
There's no way. And even if she's not there, because there's like people saying she's on tour and she won't be able to be at the Super Bowl. You know what? Then they'll play fucking old videos of her.
You mean to tell me that she's not going to go to the Super Bowl?
You mean to tell me that she's not going to be there and she's not going to be playing the Super Bowl next year? No? You don't think they're going to be like, Taylor, look at all of this. This could all be yours next year. You could play the Super Bowl halftime show. You're a fool if you don't think they want that. Okay.
Maybe.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Dave. Go on.
No, you're good. I mean, yeah, it's following the money, bro. And obviously the NFL is the NFL, and we all loved it for different reasons. But at the end of the day, it's a business, and they're going to do whatever it takes to make that dough. That's all they give a shit about. That's what they do. That's all they care about. And
yeah.
I feel like
it's showing.
WWE.
Yeah, I feel like it's showing this year more than ever. Like, usually they try to hide it. Like, we know that they're all about the money all the time, and usually they try to kind of backdoor that shit. But like this year, it's just like right out in the open. Like, they don't give a fuck. They're just like, yeah, look, more fans, more money, more revenue, more rating, whatever. Sure.
You see Eminem on the Lions games more than you see Dan Campbell. Thankfully, I might add.
I mean, that's
good for Dave.
That's not really true. I mean, dude, they showed Eminem 3 times. They show Taylor Swift 5,000 a game. So I mean, he's not really promoted that much. But
I think Eminem. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry, I'll finish.
I think Eminem is worse. To be honest, I think it's worse. At least Taylor is just at the game. Eminem's legitimately doing shit for the NFL. He's already on the books. He's not doing that because he loves Detroit. He loves Detroit, but you think he's doing that shit for free? He's not doing that shit for free. No fucking way.
I think he likes Detroit and the Lions more than fucking Taylor Swift likes the Chiefs. She's a known Eagles fan. She just happens to be sucking Travis Kelce's little dong.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I mean, obviously, Eminem is a fan of Detroit, but like, I don't know. The whole thing is stupid. The whole thing is dumb. It makes me like I really kind of took a step back. As you guys know, I kind of took a step back from football as like a fan. You know what I mean? Like I was a fan of football, not a fan of like anything specifically. And I think like this year kind of reinforced that I made the right decision. Because like,
I'm right with you.
I don't know. It's like fantasy's over. Like there's not really a ton of bets going on. It's like I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, the number one thing I care about for the Super Bowl this year is that my fucking squares hit. That's what I care about. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way on the Super Bowl every year when it's not the Bills, and you know they disappointed me again. Shocker. But I'm the same way, man. Like I want my numbers to come in so I can win some fucking money, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But I'm not gonna put like a parlay in or anything. I'm not probably not. Maybe I will. Who knows? But when it's Super Bowl time, it's all about the squares.
I don't want to sound like fun. I don't want to sound like a Bills fan like that, because I actually feel that even though we're saying all this, the refs didn't screw the Bills over this game. The Bills lost.
They had a couple of bad calls,
but the Bills lost this game.
Yeah,
100%. So like, but if it was closer, the refs probably might have pulled some shit. There's a lot of shit to discuss. Everyone's taking a dump on Tyler Bass. Yes, he missed the field goal. But you know what? Then if he would have made the field goal, we would have kicked it to Patrick Mahomes, who would have stomped right down our throat and kicked the field goal to win the game. So it doesn't fucking matter.
I don't blame Tyler Bass at all. No. I mean, kickers miss kicks all the time, and we see it all the time. And
he should have never been put in that position.
I was just going to say, he should have never had to make that kick, because Josh Allen missed Shakir wide open in the end zone by like 15 feet. Diggs dropped an absolute dime that hit him in the hands, 65 yards down the field. Sherfield had a drop that could have changed the game. And like, it was just a whole plethora of things that happened before Bass even needed to make that field goal.
James Cook drop passes.
Yeah, Cook dropped a couple of passes, you know, earlier in the game, and it's just, you know, it's not on Tyler Bass, and fuck all you people who are blaming him and sending him death threats, because you guys are fucking idiots.
Well, we'll get to that.
It's absolutely ridiculous, man.
I'll throw this out here real quick. 7. Does that number mean anything to anybody?
7. That would be the amount of playoff games the Bills have lost the last.
That 7 was the amount of points that the Bills put on the board in the second half of that football game.
Yep.
7.
So if our offense would have just scored more.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because when they were leading, they played a soft defense like they always do, because that's just what McDermott does, is he plays a soft defense to hold the lead that he never holds.
Oh. We're going to get there.
Well, before we get into anybody else, I do want to call out, and Adam mentioned it, like, as much as I defend him and say he's one of the best, Josh Allen blew it too. He totally missed Shakir, and he totally missed Diggs on a third down play that could have been a first down.
I saw that too.
But And also, to defend him, it's because he was put in a position where he felt he had to be a Superman. Yep. Because he goes back and goes, Diggs is dropping shit. Who's this guy over there catching passes? The tight end's covered. I got to make a play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was asked to do everything.
Yeah. And he's got nothing. He has got nothing. And you know, I said it before. And I like Shakir. I like Gabe Davis. They just need somebody else. Those guys need to be secondary options. And I think you need 2 other guys, because I think Diggs is like on his way down. You know, like they forced that ball so much of Stefan Diggs in this game with these little bubble screens and these little quick slants, because the dude's not getting open. He is not getting open. The pass that he dropped was single coverage. So don't give me this, they're double covering Diggs. They're not. They're not double covering Diggs. He's not getting open. Maybe he's playing with an injury. Okay, if that's the case, then at least there's an excuse for it. But there's a chance he's taking a step back. And it drives me nuts because he's a year younger than, say, Devontae Adams. He's a year younger than, or the same age just about as Nuke. And those guys, they kind of took a step back too. But so, like, did they all just hit a wall? Because Diggs hit a wall and went from elite to trash. And those guys hit a wall and went from elite to good.
Diggs,
Well, I'm going to defend Nuke a little bit. He also didn't have a quarterback like Josh Allen throwing him the ball.
Sure.
To where, like, Diggs had Allen, and he's had Allen for the last how many years? And we saw when he came in, he was great, right? He had like 140 catches or something, 1,600 yards, led the league in receiving yards. And, like, last year it took a little bit step back. And then this year it was way back. It wasn't like a step; it was a couple steps back.
Yeah.
But you're right; he's not getting open, and he was single covered, and that ball dropped perfectly in his hands, and he dropped it.
One of the best throws I've seen Josh make.
65 yards down the field, and for that to hit him in the hands and him drop it, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's okay. He's still good." Are we sure?
Why do we defend these guys?
Because that's what we have to do, apparently.
the thing with Diggs too is like, and I know it's a touchy subject, but like Diggs is mental too. There's a mental side of Diggs, right? And defenders talk about this all the time. If you get Diggs out of the game and frustrated early, he mentally is gone. Like, he's just mentally gone from the game. And I think, like, as much as people don't want to say it, like, that's a real issue, and he needs to get that shit in check. Like, I get pissed off, I get frustrated, but I still do my fucking job. You know what I mean? You can't get to the point where you're just like so mentally gone that like nothing even matters anymore. Like, you still have a job to do, you know?
I'm going to give you quick numbers on Diggs from November 19th when we played the Jets. Okay, no, I'll even go a week before when we played the Broncos, because the Broncos is when everything kind of hit the fan, right? So the Broncos, from the Broncos till this past game, here is the average reception yardage Diggs has had per reception. Okay, so from the Broncos game on, 11 yards, 6 yards, 12 yards, 6 yards, 12 yards, 5, 6, 12. 7, 7. That is awful. That is absolutely awful for your yards per reception. Even if we just look at the start of the year. Oh, no, even the start of the year this year, he wasn't that great, but it was much better. 10, 9, 13, 14, 20, 15. Last two games, 7, 7, 12, 6.5, 5. Something happened with him. He's either hurt or he fell off the cliff. His longest reception of the year was 55 yards, and that was October 1st against the Dolphins. So the start of the year, 30, 55, 48, 28. Okay, so pretty good. So we're going to take it from that Broncos game. Here's his longest receptions of every game from the Broncos game. 14, 11, 22, 9, 18, 11, 9, 36 against the Dolphins, 12, 15. That is awful. Awful for your number one wide receiver. Absolutely awful. 7 yards is your longest reception. That's a fucking bubble screen.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing that a lot, where it's like exactly like you said. He took a step back. He's not getting open, and then now we're focusing on just like, who cares if it's 3 yards? Get Stefan Diggs the ball, because if he doesn't touch it 5 times in the first half, like, he's going to mentally check out and not play the second half. So it's just like they're not concerned about using him as a deep threat. They're just concerned about getting him the ball any way possible, and it's a piss poor strategy, I think.
Well, and it screws your offense, because you're not playing the game. You're playing to placate a diva. Right. And I got a lot of shit for hating on Diggs last year. And I'm trying to be like mindful about that, because he is a great player, but is he still a great player? I hope he was hurt.
He supposedly had some major injury, I guess, but it hasn't been.
I hope so, because those numbers are awful. Those numbers are absolutely awful. And
I mean, they weren't great. And you don't even have to read numbers to realize he wasn't that good in the second half of the season. So, I mean, if anybody who has eyes can see it. But the problem with Bills fans is that they get this loyalty. They love the Bills. Don't get me wrong. I love the Bills too, right? But you have to be realistic about it. Like, you had to have seen the drop off that he had, especially from that Broncos game on. And we should have never lost to the Broncos. Yeah. So it's like,
you're asking too much from a lot of Bills fans.
That's what I mean, though. It's like, but they don't understand. They don't get it. They just, their hearts are in it. But it's like, okay, but why did we lose the game? It's not because of a Tyler Bass missed field goal at the end of the game. It's because of everything else that led up to that, putting him in that position.
And it's just
frustrating.
Just for fun, I just want to pull up a random receiver. So I pulled up Puka Nacua. So we'll go from about the same time frame. We'll look at Puka Nacua's average yardage per catch. Okay, so he had 6.8 yards against the Cardinals on November 26th. But after that, 26.2, 16.8, 10, 18.2, 23.6, 10.2, 20.1. What a fucking difference between a rookie, right, and one of the highest paid receivers in the league. What's up, Pick? One of the highest paid receivers in the league, Stefan Diggs, right? So it's just like you could see that he went down.
No, I mean, he definitely went down, and it's like, we know Bills fans have loyalty, so it's, you give them a little bit of a break. But if you really go back and like look at the games and look at the numbers, like my brother had Stefan Diggs this year, and let's bring it back to like our fantasy aspect. Like, he had weeks he benched him. Like, Stefan Diggs was getting benched in a couple of leagues. You know what I mean? Like,
I traded for him, bro.
I'm sorry that you did that.
Yeah, and I drafted him. He was my first round pick in one of my leagues, and I ended up getting second place because of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't have Keenan Allen in the championship either, but I mean, I only lost by 5 points. I think it was a terrible scoring game from both sides. It was the week that like McCaffrey got hurt and shit and didn't play or whatever. So it was like 106 to 105, but I ended up like, that was a league that I split in, which is fine because I ended up coming in second and getting more money than I should have anyway. But I don't have the title of champion in that league because of it's because of Diggs. He didn't do anything, but he was a guy that I left in solely based on where he was drafted. Should I have benched him? Probably. But
you can't in fantasy.
How can you when he's your first round pick?
Yeah,
and
unless you're Dave, who drafts Austin Eckler and had him on the bench the second half of the season.
To the curb ASAP.
And just for funsies, here is Dalton Kincaid's averages the last 4 games: 21.8, 12, 20, and 9. You're getting outplayed by a rookie tight end. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's awful. So, and again, Josh missed wide open collision. Josh, and I just, he's not perfect, but there's like, I don't know. I just think it's time to what are they going to do now, guys? Here's the big question I want to bring up. Do you know, as of the end of the season, Josh Allen's contract triples now?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, like,
we're negative $60 million in the hole already before the season even starts.
Yeah. So Josh Allen's contract triples. You already had no money. So now you're going to have to start making cuts. And some of these lovable defensive guys probably going to get cut because that's where all the fucking money is. The money ain't on offense. There's no money in anybody on offense but Diggs and Josh. All the money's on the defense. So you're looking at the safeties. You're looking at Trey White, Leonard Floyd, Matt Milano, Von Miller. They got to save money.
Or Diggs.
Or Diggs, right? So, like, what are they going to do?
They're going to be restructuring everyone.
And everybody I just said is 30 plus, right? How old is Milano?
Yeah.
He's close.
He's close.
Trey White is younger than Milano. Matt Milano is Matt Milano turns 30 this year.
Yeah, I think Trey's like 27 or something. I want to say.
Trey's going to go. Trey's going to be a cap casualty. He
I
can't stay
think so, too.
healthy.
Yeah, he's beyond the healthy point. Obviously, he's having major injuries. It's not like he's just like twisting an ankle. It's
Trey
ACL,
just turned
it's
29.
Achilles. It's
Trey just turned 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Trey's 29. Matt's turning 30. The safeties are what, 34, 35.
Well, Poyer, yeah. Hyde's probably not coming back. So
Von's 35. Floyd is probably 35. Diggs is 30. I said it in a Facebook post. You take Josh, you take Cook, you take Kincaid, and you rebuild. You're going to have to rebuild. You're either going to have to rebuild or what? Retool with other 30-year-olds and not get over the hump? Like, what are you going to do?
Well, we're fucked anyway, because even if you restructure like Josh's contract, you're still only getting like 40% of what we need. And then like, who the fuck wants Von Miller for $32 million?
Right.
That's what his cap hit is going to be for this season.
Yeah. For a guy who was absolutely useless this year.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I'm fair to everybody.
Injury and then didn't do
back,
anything when he came back.
right?
Sure.
He's coming back, right? So he might be healthy next year. But then what? Milano's coming off an injury. Trey White's coming off an injury. Are they going to miss or be shitty half the year, right?
Yep.
Like, because they're getting old now. Like it's like you need to worry about it. And like, what are you going to do? Like, when it comes to, are you going to rebuild? Like, are you going to rebuild, or are you just going to retool? Are you going to be like, oh, our 34-year-old safety retired, but we signed this 32-year-old safety instead? Like, great. Like, is that what you're going to do? Or are you going to, okay, here we go. Our highest paid players. Here we go. Josh, of course, will be $47 million this year. Stefan Diggs is $27 million. If you cut Stefan Diggs, you have a dead cap of $31 million. Stefan Diggs ain't going anywhere.
Nope.
Von Miller, $23 million. If you cut him, dead cap of $32 million. Guess what? Von Miller's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Deion Dawkins is next. Deion Dawkins is next. That's crazy. And he's fine. Whatever. Tre'Davious White, this next year he's making 16, dead cap of $10 million. So there's a cut option right there. Dawson Knox, talk about a waste of fucking money. Dawson Knox, $14 fucking million. $14 million fucking dollars for a second string tight end, and $20 million for dead cap. Matt Milano, $12 million, $29 million on dead cap. Are you none of these guys are going anywhere?
Nope. We're fucked. That Von Miller contract is a fireable offense in and of itself, but I
think the Dawson Knox is too, honestly. I mean, like, Milano's fine, $12 million a year. I'm okay with that, but he can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
because you can't cut him because it's 29. It's the same thing with Trey. Trey is at
no. Trey's the only one that we would save money on. We would pay like $6 million.
But Trey at $16 million, I don't think is absurd. Matt Milano at $12 million isn't absurd.
No.
Teron Johnson, $12 million, not absurd. You know, Ed Oliver this year is only going to be $9 million. That guy was outstanding this year.
Yeah. He definitely took a step forward.
Here's one for you. Deontay Harden, 5.5. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a lot. Oh, here's fucking one. Oh, here's the first cut because he's getting 5.5 and his dead cap is only 500,000. Is Naheem Hines?
See ya. Bye.
Yeah, peace out, dude.
Jesus, I'm just and Micah Hyde was only $3 million this next year if he plays. So we're fucked.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We're fucked.
Yep.
And if you and like I said, Josh, your two highest paid players are offense. And then Deion Dawkins is up there, which I don't know if he's worth that much, to be honest, but he's fine. We're fucked.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we can't criticize this team or anything, you know?
No, we're not allowed to.
There's just no...
I got a question for you guys. So, you know, the old thing about Bills fans is we always say it's always next year, but I think there's a new age slogan. It has now become, instead of being... well, there's always next year. It's after we lose. I'm proud of this team. What the fuck are we proud of? Can we honestly, any of us really say that we're proud of anything that we've? If you objectively look at, like, have we gotten better year after year after the drought? I would say no, because we're always like between 10 and 13 wins, and we always get knocked out of like the playoffs in the first or second round. So like,
Jay, they have injuries.
yeah, they have injuries and whatever else we make excuses for.
Jay, you need to start a motivational speaking business. Just go around and talk to the youth of America. Like, what the fuck are you proud of?
Well, no, there's this Bills. There's this Bills like cycle.
You know what it reminds me of, and McDermott when he says that, oh, we're proud of this team and this and that, blah blah blah. But it's like the participation trophy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, exactly.
When I was playing sports growing up, there was no participation trophy. Now everybody's so soft that they have to just get everybody included, right? Like when I played football, I remember when they first started doing the like when you play modified, they give you a fifth quarter to get anybody who didn't play during the game playing time. Yeah. That was when I was in middle school, they started doing that, and then yeah, so it's like that was our participation trophy. Like, oh, he's on the team we want him to play. We're going to play another quarter and give everybody who didn't get into the game playing time. You know, the Bills. Oh, we're proud of this team. Why?
Well, it's like
for losing to the Chiefs again in the playoffs.
It's like moving the goalposts instead of being like, oh, it's always next year. It's like, well, we're proud of this team, and it's like, are you really proud of a team that's like top payroll? Brings in a shit ton of money, and the fans are paying for a new fucking stadium for a team that can't even make a deep run in the playoffs year after year, even though they're spending an insane amount of fucking money.
Yeah, but at least they don't make you stand in snow, right, Jay?
Yeah, fuck off.
They don't. I mean, at least they don't make you. Oh, well, at least they're going to put a roof over it, so we don't have that problem again, right, Jay? Nah, bruh. Yeah. No, they're going to be like, 60, fuck you.
60% of the stadium's going to be covered now.
We're saving money. Y'all can sit out there in the snow because that's football weather. Y'all can sit there in the snow. No, fuck the Bills. They are. I love them, but they spit in every single one of your fucking faces, Bills Mafia, by not putting a fucking dome on the stadium and to fucking sit here and say we're paying shovelers to shovel out the stadium, and everybody, at least in the first playoff game, had to stand in fucking snow up to their fucking knees. It's absolutely ridiculous. And here in Bills Mafia, here's a fucking reality check. We have, for the past 3-4 years, we get into this cycle of the playoffs. We get into the playoffs and we win week 1 against some shitbag quarterback, Mason Rudolph. Last year was Skylar Thompson. The year before that was fucking Phillip Rivers. Like, good fucking job. And then we're going to lose to between that, we get excited about our receiving options. Khalil Shakir, Gabe Davis, and Pryor, right? We get excited about them. And then we lose to the fucking Chiefs or the Bengals. And then we're proud of the team. And then we're proud. We are so proud of the team. And then the Bills fans act like assholes. And then we all donate to some charity. And that's where we are now. We're on the post.
We're on the donating to
we got
charity.
Excited about a receiver. We lost to the Chiefs.
And there too, you got to add in, we got to defend McDermott because he got us out of the drought. So that means he's guaranteed lifetime coach because he got us out of a drought.
But guys, wait. Think of how many cats were saved this week.
Great, and I'm all for that. I get it. But like, you're throwing snowballs at Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because he whips your ass every year because you're a pussy head coach and your pussy defense. That's why we're throwing snowballs at Patrick Mahomes because he whoops our ass all the time. That's why we're like, good job, Buffalo. Good job. Really cool.
Mahomes is the new Brady. Mahomes is the new Brady for us. It's a quarterback that whoops our ass every single year, and then Bills fans hate him. It's
they hate
07 Brady all over.
They don't know what a winner is, and they hate winners. And I'm sorry, I love Josh Allen. He ain't no winner yet. Who is he beating in the playoffs? And it's a whole team. So the Bills in general, like I said, they have beaten Phillip Rivers and Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph.
Bro, we're winners. We get to the playoffs every year. That should be good enough. It's not about winning Super Bowls anymore. It's just as long as you make the playoffs, like
About getting the new
that's all we
stadium
need.
and not having it covered or heated and making people stand in snow and fuck the
Losing in the playoffs every year is the new success for an NFL team.
Yeah, and
If you're
the
from
sad
Buffalo.
thing, the sad thing again is that the Bills management is probably happy with the outcome of this season because regardless of what happened, we squeezed out as many home playoff games as we possibly could and just racked in that extra revenue.
Yep.
right, and they're going to
'Cause
need
even
it.
even if the Bills won, they're going to Baltimore. So it's like, whatever. We got all the money we could get out of this.
And they're going to need it because they're $50 million over the salary cap,
60.
and he's probably got to fucking pour money into some of his other team because that team's a fucking dumpster fire too.
Let's not even get started. It's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we talk about Sean McDermott calling you out now?
Go ahead.
So I think he was speaking directly to you in his press conference.
I still haven't heard this. You told me this. I've been waiting for you to explain.
So I'm not going to quote word for word, but the gist of it was that he knows that he basically knows that the criticism is that he's a fucking soft defensive head coach, but he wants to let everyone know that that's false and that he is a pass first guy and has always been since day one, and pass first is who he is. And he's not a conservative coach.
Oh my God! First of all, you better be a pass first coach when you have Josh Allen. First of all, okay, you weren't a pass first coach when you had Tyrod Taylor. Let me tell you what, you were not. And that's the only other. Those are your only two fucking quarterbacks ever, bruh. Other than that, you've been a fucking defensive coordinator sucking the teat of Andy Reid, and then fucking.
He said he cut his teeth on Andy Reid.
He did,
coaching.
but you're defensive. You're defensive coordinator, you asshole. You little fucking pussy boy. You little asshole soft defense just leaving zones wide open. When you leave a zone wide open, you leave the middle of the field wide open. That helps teams that have elite tight end options. The only way you can stop elite tight end options in the zone is if you have good middle linebacker play. We're on a fifth middle linebacker. Fucking idiots. Absolute idiots. Absolute idiots.
So, yeah, I think he was calling you out directly, but also I think that statement by him also makes him look even worse because his defense fucking sucks. And also, I don't know if he was watching the same Chiefs game that I was at, but we decided to try and run the ball when we knew it fucking wasn't working, when we needed to score, and we kept running for like 1 yard, and we're like, yeah, we're going to keep running. So I don't know where the fuck he thought he was pass first because I seen a lot of running for 1 yards for no fucking reason.
Absolutely. Thanks for getting my gander up.
He wrote down the notes for that press conference on the back of his defensive playbook. That's 17 pages of 27 different prevent formations.
Yeah, fuck, man, what a bad game. You know, to be fair to everybody, it was a 3-point game, right? It was. We get lit up, we get mad about it, but it was a 3-point game. And as much as I hate him, he's not going anywhere. He would have been fired by now if he's going somewhere. But I tell you what, they best be signing Joe Brady as their offensive coordinator because that guy really turned this team around. Until this game, he was 6-1, so he's 6-2 as our offensive coordinator with this game. Like, that guy needs to get a deal because I don't think there's anyone else better
our
out there.
offense wasn't that good either, though. But
it was a lot
we were
better.
winning. It was. Couldn't get much worse, but it was better.
It was
but
definitely
still,
a lot better with him than there was with Ken Dorsey.
Yeah.
So
I think he won the job. I hope they re-sign him. I do. Because I would like to see him with a full off season of prep and a full season of with Josh and to see what happens because Josh was a different beast with Brady. He really was. Josh was feeling like the old Josh the second half of the season. I mean, he led the league in touchdowns. Like, how do you get? Because that's all that matters is him. Because the other players are garbage. I don't give a fuck what Trent Sherfield did. Trent Sherfield couldn't do something if he had fucking whoever calling the plays, whoever the greatest offensive coordinator of all time. Sean McVay. Trent Sherfield is garbage. I would say Sean McVay is the best offensive coach in the NFL.
You aren't wrong.
Might be.
Trent Sherfield's garbage with Sean McVay. So fuck. Ugh, fucking Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I almost fell on my chair when I seen that quote. That I mean, I don't know what kind of coach he sees, but I think the rest of us can see that he's fucking conservative as shit. So, minus that stupid fucking fake punt bullshit, which was the.
Yeah, there's no way he called that. There's no way he called that fake. Thank you for bringing that up. Tony Romo was saying on the broadcast that he saw an audible being called because the Chiefs only had 10 players on the field. I do not see Sean McDermott calling a fucking fake punt. No way.
Yeah,
no way.
I don't know. If he did, it was dumb.
Did anybody ask him that? Because I wouldn't listen to that.
I don't know. I don't know if they did.
I heard that it was audible, right? Is that what we said?
Yeah,
that's what Tony Romo said, apparently. But
yeah,
like right away he said it. Like,
I guess they only had 10 players on the field, so they called the audible for it.
I mean, I guess since our fucking punter couldn't punt more than 10 yards, I guess you might as well go for the fake punt. But
that was crazy. They said he was injured, and they signed Matt Hawk back.
Hang on.
Then they were like, no, Sam Martin's good to go. And then he's kicking like 30-yard kicks. It's like, he's clearly not good to go.
No.
I don't know.
So I'm looking
the whole game
for
was a
it.
mess.
So Tony Romo was wrong. Apparently, you're right, Jay. He did call it.
Oh, McDermott did say he did it?
Yeah. I can't read any fucking because I have to fucking let my cookies read on every.
So the one time he decides to not be he decides not to be a conservative coach, he decides to call a fake fucking punt on our own 30-yard line.
Awful. It says the Bills head coach Sean McDermott rolled the dice. His team facing 4th and 5 on their own 30-yard line. The Bills tried to. He said, "Okay." So McDermott explained why he chose to take the fake punt rather than a running play or give Josh Allen the ball. He said, "I understand what you're saying about keeping Josh out there. It's just we were on the field in relation to the element of surprise in that situation. Obviously, we didn't execute. You fucking
what
idiot.
Fucking surprise?
You fucking moron.
Okay.
They obviously figured it out because they stopped it in 2 yards.
So you mean to tell me?
Yeah, with 10 players on the field.
You mean to tell me you're gonna fucking take Josh Allen out of a fucking do or die game to let fucking Damar Hamlin try and get you the first down?
Damar Hamlin, not known for his elite athleticism.
Comeback player of the year, by the way.
Of course. But it's not like Deontay Hardy or something.
And now it's locked in because he played in the playoff game.
And he had a clinching moment.
What?
Even though he didn't get the first down, he played.
And
there it is.
And people think that we shouldn't criticize this fucking coach who's taking Josh out of the game for Damar Hamlin to try and get a fake fucking punt on our own 30.
On a fourth,
Jesus fucking Christ,
and 5 from the 30. Which I'm pretty sure the Chiefs scored on, right? Am I crazy?
No, because we got lucky. That was that fumble in the end zone.
Oh, that was the fumble in the end zone, yeah.
Otherwise, they would have scored a touchdown.
Right,
all right.
Okay.
All right. Adam, any final words about the Bills? I want to move on.
I broke Chaz with that Sean McDermott quote.
Yeah, I'm done.
Nothing for you, Adam. And what about you, Jay? Any last final words? Dave, any final words?
Yeah, I got some final words. Let me see which way I could do this. Who's coming over on my side of the casual Bills fan? Huh? Let me see if I can cast out my line. Anybody? Anybody want? Anybody? Adam, you want to come over?
I'm the only one.
You got a little nibble for sure.
I'm the only one here that's got season, so like I'm forced into not being a casual Bills fan. So,
That's
my last word is
yeah.
All right, that's what I gotta say.
Anyway.
I've been like this the last 10 years, and I'm sticking with it. I'm a fantasy football fan, and I'm a Josh Allen fan now. But I'm of course I'm a Bills fan, but I'm a fantasy football fan. When the Bills are on and fantasy football is on, I got my setup here. I got the fucking Red Zone channel on the big screen and the Bills on the little screen, and that's how it is because that's what it is. All right,
I do the same thing here too.
All right, so let's quickly get into some predictions. Fuck you, Jay. You got me all.
I know.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Do we want to talk about the big NFL signing too, or?
Oh yeah, of course. Surprising, big, shocking news, breaking news coming in. Adam, you broke it to us. Let's hear it.
Yeah, 5-year deal for the LA Chargers with they signed head coach Jim Harbaugh from Michigan.
Oh man, what? I'm so high right now.
I don't know the terms of the deal or anything like that, or how much they're giving him, but all I know is it was a 5-year deal. welcome back to the NFL.
Probably
I
gonna be
guess
an insane amount of money.
Guys,
You're in a tough division. Yeah,
guys leaving. Just won the national championship. Won 3 consecutive Big Ten titles. He's the highest paid coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right now.
it's crazy.
Totally not coming to the NFL to get out of charges too. Totally, that's totally not mine.
Yeah, he's following precedents by Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Second stint in the NFL, but the first time he has an actual good quarterback. Yeah, I'm throwing shade at Colin Kaepernick because he's not an actual good quarterback. But now he has Justin Herbert.
He's also won like every single fucking team that he's coached on. So it's
absolutely, he's a great coach.
Fucking
absolutely.
crazy. So
he was in the Super Bowl. People forget with Colin Kaepernick. He took Colin Kaepernick, who's not good, to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right
now he's got Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, good for him. I mean, get that. Make that bank. I'm sure they're gonna. I know they're not paying him nothing. They're gonna. I'm sure it's a big contract.
Dave, do you have any excitement for Austin Eckler now?
No, Austin Eckler is dead to me.
I broke Dave.
Yeah.
He's dead to me. I won't draft that fucker in the 18th round. I don't give a shit. You just
might have cut Austin Eckler by now.
You know how you just get salty on a guy and you're like, I don't care. I'm not fucking drafting him. Austin Eckler's that guy for me now.
So he's not going to be your keeper.
Oh, no. No.
Not when you have Puka Nacua on your roster.
Would you draft a rookie wide receiver that I... Go ahead.
Would you draft Austin Eckler if it was the last pick of the draft and you needed a running back?
No.
No.
Simple enough.
I would lose the league and hand over my money, then have to deal with Austin Eckler for another year.
All right. Well, let's get some predictions in. Dave, what's the Super Bowl going to be? You have the Ravens against the Taylor Swifts, and then you have the Lions against the Brock Purdy's. So what is the Super Bowl going to be?
I do think it's going to be Baltimore and San Fran.
Wow.
Same.
Keep running against Taylor Swift. You too? Okay.
Yeah, I think Taylor Swift and Eminem are going to get the boot this week.
All right, Jay.
Well, if we're going with what the NFL wants, it's definitely going to be the 49ers and Chiefs, but I want it to be Ravens 49ers as well.
Okay, and I'm going with 49ers and Chiefs, Taylor Swift versus Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, the fucking 7th round, the last pick of the draft against Golden Boy Patrick Mahomes. That seems to be what I think they want the Super Bowl to be, to have Taylor Swift there and to have that dialogue between Patrick Mahomes, the Golden Boy, and Brock Purdy, the last pick of the draft. So for the
last 4 years, the team that's knocked us out of the playoffs has gone on to lose the next week, so...
Okay.
Hopefully it sticks.
No, that can't be true.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was posted earlier today.
What about Patrick Mahomes when he beat us in the NFC Championship?
I was going to say, didn't the Chiefs win the Super Bowl the year that they knocked us out in 13 seconds?
Maybe that was the only one, but I don't know. It was like 4 of the last sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they did. Maybe that's the year they lost to Tampa.
NFL is scripted. I don't know.
Yeah. So okay. So there's our official predictions. I don't fucking care. Dave, did you win any money this week?
No. I took a bath on the Bills. So
yeah.
Fucking buttholes.
That's what you get for picking the Bills.
I bet a few on few random things. No, I won money on the Packers. The Packers I won money on.
Yeah, that was a lock.
Yeah, that was a lock. I won the money on the Packers, so that was something. So a little off topic. I don't know. I know Jay is a little bit, but the Royal Rumble is this weekend, guys. Is anyone going to watch it? Is anyone excited?
I haven't really watched.
I haven't watched wrestling in forever. So no, I'm probably not going to. I'm not going to watch the Royal Rumble.
The Rock keeps talking about him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, though, every fucking show that he goes on. So,
oh yeah, so that's why I think The Rock's going to win the Royal Rumble. So he's not in it per se, though. But there's 2 championships. Remind you to everyone at home. There's usually the winner of the Royal Rumble is against the champion. There's 2 champions, so the winner could fight either. So it's either going to be The Rock or CM Punk. And I hope it's The Rock, because fuck CM Punk. So you all are invited to come and watch it on Saturday.
Let's gamble.
We always gamble if we get 10 people.
Let's go. All right, I'll gamble.
We gamble if there's 10 people. So
Chaz, you just
we'll
tell
talk
me who's
more
good.
offline. We'll talk more offline about it. So that's my official prediction of the Royal Rumble is The Rock coming back to win the Royal Rumble and face his cousin, Roman Reigns, who's had the fucking title for 3 years almost.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns won the title in August of 2020. 4 years. Almost 4 years. Roman Reigns won the title in August. Yeah. It's a long time.
Too long.
It's a long.
Might not be the coldest.
So we know we got our little wrestling there. So all right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, not really.
I think we're all
guess.
pretty salty.
Yeah. And we got a 15 minutes.
What a sad episode.
Yeah, you know. Hey, me and Adam had to do this alone last year. Jay didn't even make it.
Yeah, that's true. We did. It was before you were here, Dave.
Before Dave was here, and Jay didn't make it for that one for some reason.
We all just should have got bombed and cried.
Yeah, we should have.
That's what me and Adam did, I think, that game.
I think we did get hammered. Yeah. Well, we were at your house, right? Or were we at the restaurant?
I was still at my house at that point.
Yeah. That's fine.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. We'll be back next week to talk about more footballs and maybe a little wrestling. So, Adam, thank you for joining us.
Always.
Davey, thank you for joining us.
Later, boys.
The man, the myth, the legend, Jay Coleman, thank you for joining us.
Yep, no problem.
Until then, we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.
Yeah, guys.
Later, guys.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.